2 videos today. I wasn't planning on this, but I need to move some energy. And as anybody's familiar with my work, you know that's what I do. So, it says I'm not find that video. There we go. And I'll make this. I'll do that in a bit. Oh, I know what I can do. Sorry. I'm thinking out loud. Is removing what I have pinned to the top, which is perfect. Okay. Let's see where we go today. Look at this, 8:44. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, here we go. holy smokes. Whew. Pull this back over. Wow. I never realized when I went to Solar G Fest and I met Kate Lumley personally in person, and we've been connected ever since, and it's quite interesting because I never listen or think about what I say or how I'm going to say it. And I went to her house. I was in December 2023. Solar G Fest was in Houston, so I was at Kate's house and all this. And then this one day she brought out this thing because she asked me if I would do a recording about my music and just what I know at this level. I said, yep, I can do that for you. And then no, it wasn't that, sorry. I know it had to do around that whole thing, is she showed me this banner that she's made, and I've been wanting to put it up. I think when I'm able to afford it right now, we put some money into my car right now. But I don't get a thing that I can pin it up, and it's going to be right behind me. And what she wrote on there is, holy smokes. And because I never really consciously thought about what I say. And then after that, I start not paying attention, but when I do say it, I go, oh, I do say it a lot, don't I? Because it is a holy smokes. It's like, holy fuck. Like, I can't explain this, and I don't need to explain this, because it is what it is. But there's something that happened 2.5 years ago regarding this journey, because I've only been using a looper for, 4.5 years now. And this incredible tool opened a part of me that did not have an avenue or way to express itself. And it's been an amazing journey for the last 4.5 years. And then 2.5 years ago, I felt this inner shift within me. And as I was playing, I was going, wow, that's different, right? And then it went to, every time I was playing after that, I went, ah. And then one day, it might have been even the same day, a friend of mine, David Starr, if you're not familiar with him, please go check him out. David Starr, he's on my Facebook page, my friends are. But anyway, and he said this, and when he said it, thank you, Spirit, because it got me a message, and he said, you've embodied this. And that's all he had to say. Like, I can't remember everything else that he said, but it was just, you've embodied this. And that's what the shift was. And then I stepped into this place of trusting myself at a level I've never trusted myself. And the magic that has been unfolding, right, for the last, ever since I embodied this part of me, that it's been me learning to trust this that I am, and it's anybody's followed me for any period of time. I got Jennifer's here. She's followed me a year and a half, something like that. Kirsty's been a good couple of years to 3 years. I don't know who else is there. I'm running on Facebook and YouTube at the same time, everybody, so you know. And to this that's happening now, it's just been unreal. It's been magical. It's always magical, but it's whatever this shift is, or whatever this is that I'm surrendering to, things in my personal life, which are, and how I'm operating today is so different for me. Like, I had a lady, I was just talking to her this evening, and she goes, I want to be friends with you. And I said, look, I'm going to say something to you. Please don't take it personally. I don't want to be friends with anybody here. Well, we have a lot in common. Maybe so, but I don't want to be friends with anybody here. I live a very quiet, peaceful life. And I said, I already have friends. And that's you guys. Right? And then just like my friend who just appeared right now, Julie, she's on Facebook, right? And that's what I love. You guys are my real friends. You're my spiritual friends. You're my people who see me as I am and show me this part, and then me listening to this and go, okay, And I think it was only 2 years ago that I realized, you know what, I'm not too bad a shabby of a guitar player. But I never recognized that within myself. And that's what the inner growth of me and seeing these amazing parts that I am and my abilities, you know, it's like, wow. Yeah. It's just like, fuck yeah. Like, wow. Okay, let's see where we go. It is. I live just outside of Vancouver, BC, and and it's 9:24 Pacific time, and I've been on the go all day, and I thought I was gonna be able to sit down and cook a meal for myself at supper time, and then somebody needed something, so I went over there for a couple hours, and then this other person called in a panic mode. And so I left that and came to deal with that, and it was, I was running on energy, low energy, and I tried to tell this person, how some people, oh yeah, I understand, but they keep on going. Like it's just, and I'm using the word hilarious. I'm not laughing at her. I'm just saying to be able to see something for what it is, in as much as they think they are where they're at, but the truth and reality is what you see in front of you. It's not what you say, it's what you do. And this person was going, well, you're going to be mad at me for not being there. I said, look, I don't give a hoot if you come or not. This meeting, just so you understand, there's a meeting on Friday for the tenants because we're being abused by the caretaker. And this has been going on for many years. And it's time to deal with him. And right now we got 5 people that are going to file along with myself. We have in British Columbia, there's the BC, it's called the RTB Act. It's the Residential Tenancy Board Act. And they tell tenants what their rights are. It tells landlords what their rights and responsibilities are, et cetera, et cetera. I've always operated under that because I used to do this, be a caretaker. And with the corporation I was working for, sent me on a course through the RTB. And I learned a lot from that, plus the experience. And then, so I'm taking my education and stuff from other places. And people here don't even know their rights. And that's what this meeting is about, is to tell them about their rights and how this all works. But what's happened out of it is that we have the MLA from 2 different districts coming into this meeting. We have this organization that deals with elder abuse. They're coming in to speak. Like this is all unfolded in the last week, right? And because when I did up the actual notice to all the tenants, it was January the 6th. That's when this started. And was delivered to all the tenants that day or the next day, the 7th, for this meeting. And what I can see in myself, how much I've grown, how I can expand, how can I expand? Sorry, how I have expanded within me. And I'm learning, I'm growing, expanding with every experience. And it's like, I speak to the best of my ability with clarity, with my inner standing. That's not what you think something is, it's what it is. And, and setting my boundaries from the get-go on this thing from a week ago. I had very clear boundaries. Everybody talked to, they got the same thing, right? I got clear boundaries. Don't come to my door. You guys now have my phone number. Call me. Or text me if you have a cell phone. I'm surprised at how many people in here do not have a cell phone. And I'm going to rephrase that. I'm going to use the term smartphone. Some have the old flip phones. That's not the same as a smartphone. So that don't have a smartphone. And that's not meant as a put down, but it's just like, I like texting. Just to say whatever I want to say, that's it, right? There's not people going off in a, excuse my expression, tangent. Oh, da da da, oh, da 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 da. Yeah, I can't hear that, right? I'm here to assist and help with my knowledge and my experience, and to see like even this lady, this evening, and it was just like, I want to be friends with you. I said, I don't want to be friends with anybody, but I use the word anybody. I didn't say, I don't want to be friends with you. No, I don't want to be friends with anybody here. In fact, there's a group of ladies that I know, we get together every couple of months and have lunch, right? I like that. And we're all connected, but I don't need to see them. I don't need to talk to them every day. But we're all there for each other. And it's just like we have our own individual lives, and we just come together to find out how each other is and share some food. But I don't need, nor do I want, any friends. I got my friends. First of all, got myself, first of all. But I got you guys online where I can speak my truth or whatever I'm going through, right? And you guys are just give me space to be that. This is where my friends are. And I can guarantee you, because I know somebody else is on here that's on YouTube, I don't know who it is. And that's okay. I don't need to know who you are. Right? If you want to identify yourself, the only way I get to see it if you you send in a message, then I can see it on my screen, or I'm supposed to be able to see it on my screen. But anyway, so it's like anybody who comes into my space, this is my sacred space. I invite you all to come and hang out with me. And I've had people on here, and I'll speak about this person specifically because she's on here right now. My beautiful sister Andrea, she knows I don't talk, and she does. I don't believe she does either. But it's almost like every now and again she'll make a comment, because I respond to her post to let her know I saw that, and I also saved it for later down the, in a week or two, or whatever it's going to take to get that to the top, shall we say. But I want her to know. And then sometimes she puts the most amazing message, because she's been like, her and I've created this really cool, respectful, kind, loving way to go move through this. And she's given me messages for exactly what I need to hear, because I wasn't hearing it within myself. So she just brought it to the surface. Okay, yeah, you're right. And because we don't do things intentionally to hurt ourselves, and that, but to realize the things that can possibly disconnect us from ourselves. Like, I have amazing people in my life. Like, it's just fucking amazing, and I'm so touched here by every single one of you guys. And this journey that we're on is like, wow. And with me, I get to channel that energy through my guitar, through my looper, which captures that, and then I get to add more, and then it captures more, right? Because when I say this, is everybody means well, but it's based on where they are at in their journey. Right? Everybody's exactly where they're at in their journey. And it's like that thing, like, it's like you can't, it's like this woman, I'm just sort of reflecting because I'm processing at the same time. She goes, I told Doug to be, like, why don't you say thank you? Why don't you be nice to me? And I'm sitting there listening to her. I'm going, and I finally had to say to her, I said, I know your intentions were good because you wanted to help Doug to see what the reflection of what he's projecting. She goes, yeah. And those are my words. That isn't exactly what I said at the moment, but that's what I meant. And she says, I said, so when he didn't respond to you in a way that you thought he should respond to you, how did it make you feel? Oh, frustrated. I said, yeah. Because they're frustrated because you're trying to help him, but what you're doing to yourself, because you're talking to somebody that's like talking to a wood, piece of wood on the wall, or talking to the wall, right? It goes nowheres. He doesn't give a shit what you have to say to him. And also, it's not your business. It's not your job to take care of him. It's his job to take care of himself. So the question then becomes, so why would you do that to yourself when you're only hurting yourself? Because you get frustrated because you had an expectation that he should, that fucking word, should respond. Oh, you're right. I should say I'm sorry. That's like a have to. Nobody has to do fuck all. That's why I dislike the word should and have to. It's never about have to. It's about could. You have choice. You have free will. And I had to learn that lesson because I remember when I started my counseling in 1996. Yeah, I've been on this journey for a while, but not to the level that I'm at now. Like, holy fuck. But anyway, so when I get into counseling, and as I opened up to my own thoughts, my own feelings, my own emotions, as I opened up to myself, I channeled that through my guitar. That's how it started. That's how it really started, right? But I was saying to my counselor, I said, why can't my family see me for me? Why can't they love me for me, just as I am? She pointed something out to me that, because I hear what people say, and I know what speaks to me, what doesn't, and whatever speaks to me at whatever level, I'll process that and figure that out for myself. And she said to me, you expect them to see you for you. You expect them to love you as you. That's an expectation that where you set yourself up because you're hoping, wishing, whatever, that they will see me for me. Nobody in my entire family sees me for me. Nobody. They have an idea because they're projecting whatever on, I'm not the same person when I was 18. I'm not the same person when I was at 25 and 30 and 40 and then 50 and in the 60s. In fact, I just turned 69 before Christmas. I'm a Capricorn cusp of Sagittarius. I'm born on December 22nd. I'm just very proud of myself for seeing just how much I've grown, how much I've expanded. It's like dealing with this person. I get very frustrated, and I'll own that. I get frustrated when you're sitting there saying something, somebody's talking over top of you, right? That's difficult. Sorry. I'm going to flip back to where I was at about expectation. And just having that awareness, expecting what I was looking for, because I was looking outside of myself. I needed to see myself. That's who I really needed to see. It wasn't a matter of anybody else seeing me for me, including my biological family. And because of this amazing journey of me seeing me for me, and through you guys, with your reflection back to me, you've helped me to see these parts of me within myself. It's a reflection back to help me to see these parts of my amazing self. This journey we're on is not easy. And I feel, and I know for a fact for myself, is to be open, to listen, and hear. If you find yourself going to cut somebody else up, or if they're cutting you off, right, it goes both ways, and I know it's hard sometimes, because I interrupt people periodically. I know I do. I think we all do. It's not about that. If somebody's trying to explain something to you, as much as, because what happens, are people really listening to hear? Or are they listening and in their mind go, oh, I should tell her this, and you start talking about that because it's in your mind, and because it's in your mind you feel you can interrupt me, but what it does is tell me that they're not able at this time in their life to sit there and listen and hear. So I'm not going to waste my time trying to talk to somebody like that. You know, and if I get frustrated, it's not that I'm expecting them to be that, is that because that's an expectation. Like she was expecting Doug to go, oh, yeah, you're right. I should say I'm sorry, and I'm really sorry for that. Like, you can't tell somebody to say something if they don't believe it within themselves. It's like, it doesn't work. So how about looking at your own behavior, what you're doing to try to change somebody, because he needs to know or she needs to know this or that. Nobody needs to know anything. So instead of thinking about other people, how about focused on you and your thinking process and your thoughts and how it runs through you, right? Because as those thoughts run through you, and even if you're sitting there having a conversation with somebody and they're saying something to you and you want to say something, take a breath and slow down and just breathe and be present for that person that is speaking. Give them space, because that's what you're asking them to do for you. So how about, these are things that I said to this lady. I said, I don't care who shows up at this meeting. I said, I'm here to show people their options. I'll be the cheerleader, the front cheerleader of it all. I'm good with that. And that's a lot for me to take on, especially this time. I have to pace myself through this process. And I have been. I tell you something, I've done a pretty fucking good job, considering all in all. And that's where I'm seeing this amazing part of myself. And it's like looking, okay, right? And what frustrates me, like I said, it's just I'm sitting there talking, trying to explain to them, because they said something that was relevant and they needed a response, and I'm trying to give them a response. And as I start talking, they're cutting me off because they're, yeah, I know. No, you don't. If you knew, if you really truly knew and know what you think you know, you need to step back and go, maybe I'm not really listening. I said to this person, I don't know how many times, I need you to listen and hear me, because that's all I can say to her. You know, I wish you just let me finish saying what I was going to say, and then you can respond. But please wait until I'm done. Right? And I finally got to the point. I said, you're always interrupting me. I don't want to interrupt you when you're speaking, but you're interrupting me. You ask a question, you want to know something. I'm trying to give you this information, so you need to let me get it all out. It's like, you know, sometimes we hear the phrase, sit down and shut the fuck up. Just listen. And so I can't control what she does or doesn't do. I just, that conversation this evening, it just told me I need to keep my distance. It's not about anybody personally. It's about me and my energy. Right? My friends are you guys, conscious, aware, awake, seeing things for what they are. We're still figuring a lot of shit out, but we're putting it together. We're getting there. I know I'm getting there. I know you guys are all getting there at your own level, at your own pace. Because somebody's up here, I'm not talking about levels. I'm just talking about energy. If somebody's up here, and you're comparing yourself to them and thinking you're down here, oh, I want to be up there. You're not them. They are not you. You are you. You have your own soul purpose for being on this planet, just as I have my own soul purpose for being on this planet. My journey's not yours. Yours is not mine. You're not at my level. I'm not at your level. And when I say the word level, maybe I'll rephrase that, going expansion. I can only speak about my music. I cannot speak of somebody else's energy and how they work. I work with a lot of different people. I can speak about that. Do I understand, like, when I say this, I do a lot of work with, I refer to them as three amigos, which is Deb and Rick Purcell and Phil Burrows. Deb and Rick live now in Florida, and Phil lives in the UK. They're all energy workers, healers, and they work together. And, you know, can I speak of their channeling abilities? Because one's connected with Michael, the other one is connected with Raphael, Archangel Raphael. Can I speak about that? No. But I sure as fuck admire them for having this incredible gift and ability and to honor and to help others. That's what, and it's like they've helped me to do stuff, right? And I've learned and grown so much in, what's it been, 6 years? It's 5 years or 6 years. Right now I can't think anymore. I'm really tired. And I haven't even eaten yet, which is not helping me. 4:44. Boom! Awesome, Kirsty. Thank you. And speaking about numbers like 440, 444, 222, 111, I'm seeing these numbers constantly in the last couple of weeks. And they got really, I'm going to use the term loud, which means to me, I noticed them, right? And they're showing up more and more. That's a word. Yeah, they're showing up more and more. And I immediately, I go, thank you, Spirit, because the Spirit tell me I'm on the right track and I'm doing a good job. But I can feel that already within me. I don't need somebody to tell me, way to go, Ernie. It's like, pat the back. You don't have to pat me in the back. But expressing gratitude is a whole, that's what matters to me. You know, I got Kirsty, Andrea, and I'm not sure who else is on here. I'm just sort of scrolling down because I'm on my Facebook, on my phone here. And if I had Julie, my friend Julie, Jennifer, you know, I'm able to see comments from Facebook through that, but I can't up here. But it's, you know, I'm like, overall is just to see how I've grown within me, how I'm finding to look after myself mentally, emotionally, and psychological, all of it through this process, dealing with people. But I also have very clear boundaries. And I'm telling everybody the same thing. If you want to sit there and chat with me, no, I'm sorry, I have no time for that. If you have a problem or issue that I can help you with, I'm good with that. But it has to do with the complex, not your personal life. Right? I can't do that. If I'm going to get through this, the way I'm right now going through it, and looking after myself, and even coming on here sharing with you guys is looking after myself. You know, my music, as soon as I play the guitar, it's like, whew, here we go. I knew tonight was going to be a good one. I could feel it. So I needed to alchemize some energy. Yeah. Because it brings me back to being present within myself. Yeah. Aren't we amazing creatures? I think we're fucking awesome. And don't let anybody tell you that you're not. Don't believe what other people says on anything. Of course, compliments. We love those compliments. But don't expect people to go, way to go. That's an expectation. How about trusting and just expressing gratitude like you guys do by me coming on here? That's awesome. That's all I need. It's nice to hear periodically how I'm helping somebody move through something, or they may not understand what's going on. They don't need to understand, but whatever they were feeling while I was playing, trust that. Be with that. Move through that, whatever it is. And I'm very honored to be able to do what I do. Trust where it's coming from and what it's all about, and not trying to think, oh, I should do this. No, I don't want to do anything. I'm trusting myself. And I was talking about this, I think it was last week or something, about the only person that has done to my face is my father, who, when I sent him my album, I hadn't talked to my father for about 13, 15 years, whatever it was, because he's a belligerent asshole when he's a drunk. And I can't deal with that. And that was through my healing journey, because I had to work on me. I'm sorry, I just lost my thought, or the process that's going on. Let's have to take, I need to go. I'm going to give myself some rest here. I'm going to get a quick bite to eat. And I got a busy day all day tomorrow. I need to get these forms done for everybody for this meeting on Friday. So I'm going to say the beautiful word, hugs and loves, everybody. I do truly appreciate you being here. I appreciate you just giving me space and let me say whatever's in my heart and what I'm going through. And if any of this helps you or assists you in any way, shape, or form, thank you. I'm glad it helped you. Just what I've been talking about to my guitar music. Because it's not me, the human. It's source. And whatever I play in that moment is because in that moment, that's what needs to be expressed. Because that's all I have is this, which we all have, this very single moment. And what a ride. What a ride. I know you guys have been saying things. I've been just trying to stay focused where I'm at. And if I look down and see a comment, it distracts me. Like, these things I do to myself. It's like, oh, God. And it's just, learning, figuring it out. Anyway, hugs and loves, everybody. And once I'm off here, Facebook is acting up, and I can't change my privacy settings on Facebook until I end this live. Then I'm able to go back in and edit it where it's public and versus private, or friends only, I think it is. I don't know how to rectify that because I use Restream for coming on here, but it's not me that did that. Something's happened, and I don't know how to correct it. And some of you say, well, you don't get hold of them. You need to understand. I understand that. I just not been able to deal with stuff. I have only so much energy, and it's not a priority for me at this time. But I'm just letting you guys know that I will make this public. So if you've shared it out, they will see it once I make it public. Okay? Hugs and loves, everybody.